Welcome to Beyond Ordinary Women podcast and our series, Leadership Tips from Women Who've Been There. Today, we welcome Dr. Kay Daigle, founder of Beyond Ordinary Women Ministries. Kay, what's one thing you've learned about leadership that you want to pass on?
As I thought about this question, I thought about Hebrews 12, 1-3. It says, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles. And let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. For the joy set before him, he endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured such opposition from sinners so that you will not grow weary and lose heart." Every believer is in a race. And I think there are three main things that I have to mention out of this passage if we're going to run our races well. First, your race isn't a competition with anybody else. God marks out your race ahead of time. Your race is unique to you. Don't compare yourself to other people in ministry. Don't compare your ministry to other people's. Don't compare your success to other people's. It is your race, and you need to realize that it is unique to you, and it will have its joys and it will have its difficulties that'll be different from everyone else's. Secondly, God determines the course of your race. So you have to entrust him with the place, the pace, and the press of your race. That means that where you are in ministry and what you're doing, the place is God's. That means that the pace, how quickly it goes, whether it goes far, whether it doesn't, that's up to God. And the press is, how much do people notice that you're doing this? How much press do you get? All those things are up to God, and we've got to quit taking those things on ourselves and trying to make them happen and looking around us and saying, oh, I need to do this, that, and the other to get known, to get an audience, to get people coming. It's up to God. The results are up to God. He is leading us in the race. We just need to trust him with it. And third, we run as a team. We're part of a team when we run. In the passage, the author mentions the cloud of witnesses that surround us. Those are the heroes of the faith mentioned in Hebrews 11. Those are people who've gone before them, the heroes of the Bible. We get encouragement to persevere from their stories and what we can learn about them in the scripture. We also can look around us at other people running the race. We all need people next to us, running alongside us to encourage and challenge us and just support us in our races, and we need to support them. We need to look behind us at those who are lagging behind, who need encouragement, or those who've just begun their race that we can help along the way. But all the time, our eyes are fixed on Jesus, because he is the one that we're following, and we trust him with the race. Our job is to persevere. Our job is to follow Jesus. Our job is to look at him. And if we do that, in the end, he will say, "Well done, good and faithful servant."
Thanks for listening to the Beyond Ordinary Women podcast. You can find more podcasts and information about women in leadership by going to beyondordinarywomen.org. This podcast was produced by Beyond Ordinary Women Ministries. Our production team includes Evelyn Babcock, Kay Daigle, Kay Halligan, Deborah Herring, Sharifa Stevens, and John Sparks. Theme music, Back in Stride by Don Miller, used by courtesy of Christine Miller.